Finding common percentages. We're going to find 10%, 5%, 15, and 20% of 250. So 250, we consider that 100%. That's the original number. To find 10%, we take half. Oh, sorry. To find 10%, we simply move the decimal over. So that'll be 25. Now to find 5%, we have to take half of 10%. So 10% is 25. So in order to take half of it, I'm going to add a decimal here and a 0. Half of 2 is 1. And half of 50 is 25. And we'll put our decimal there. Now, to get 15%, you combined your 10% and your 5%. Combining 10 and your 5% will give you 15%. So combining my 25.0 to my 12.5, we will get 37.5. Now, to get 20%, you double your 10%. So 10% times 2 will give you 20%. So since 10% is 25, you double 25 and you get 50. And we're done. All right, so 350, we want 10% of that. We move the decimal over and this becomes 35. Now, to get half of 35, half of 10 gives you 5%. So we need to take half of 35. So I'm going to put a 0 there. And we can't take half of 3, so we're going to make that a 2. And this becomes a 15. And that becomes a 14. And this becomes a 10. So now we take half. We get 1. Half of 14 is 7. And half of 10 is 5. And that's your 15. Sorry, that's your 5%. Sorry. All right, now to get 15%, we have to combine our 10% and our 5% together, and that'll give us 15%. So we're going to combine the original 35.0 to the 17.5, and we're going to get 5 here, 12 here, and 4, 5. Oh, got my decimal. So 52.5. Now to get 20%, you double your 10%. 10% times 2 gives you 20%. So 35 times 2 gives us 70. And we're done. Okay, 250. To get 10% of this, we're going to remove the 0 here, and this becomes 25. So 25 represents 10%. To get 5%, we need to take half of 25. And since it ends with a 5, we're going to add a 0. So let's put a little decimal 0 here. And half of the 2, that's pretty easy. That'll be 1. But taking half of 5, we have to borrow. We'll make that a 4. And this becomes a 10. Okay, so half of 4 is 2. And half of 10 is 5. And I add my decimal. So 5% will be 12.5. Next, 15% we find by combining our 10% and our 5% together. If I combine 10% and 5%, we get 15%. So that means we have to combine our 25.0 to our 12.5. This is going to give us 37.5. Now, to get 20%, you have to double 10%. 10% times 2 gives you 20%. So 25 times 2 gives us 50. And that's 20%. Next, 10% of 350 will be 35 since we moved the decimal over. So 35. To find, let's skip over to 20%. To find 20%, we just double our 10%. So doubling 10% will give us 70. Just kind of skipping to the easy problems. Now, the 5%. Finding 5% means I need to take half of 35. 35 has a lot of odd numbers in it. We'll add a 0 right here. And we'll borrow 1 from the 3. It becomes a 2. The 1 goes over here to 15. Borrow 1 from there because it's 14, and this becomes a 10. So half of the 2 becomes a 1. Half of the 14 becomes a 7. Half of the 10 decimal, and then 5. To get 15%, you have to combine your 10 and your 5% together. So combining a 10% and 5% means I'm combining your 35.0 and our 17.5. Well, that's going to be 5, your decimal. This will be a 2, and this will be a 5 when you add the 35.0 to the 17.5. 450. 10% will be 45. 20% will be twice this, so we'll get 45 plus 45, which is 90. Okay. 50% here will be basically half of this number, so half of 4. So 50% is half of 100%, so half of 4 is 2. Half of 50 is 25. Okay, we got those out of the way. All right, now let's get the 5% done. To get 5% done, we need to take half of 10%. Half of 10% means we need to take half of 45. So let's put a decimal and a 0 here. And the 5 will make that a 4, and this becomes a 10. So half of 4 is 2. Half of 4 is 2. The decimal, and half of 10 is 5. Okay, to find 15%, we have to combine our 10% and our 5% together. So when you add 10 and 5% together, you're adding your 45.0 and your 22.5. This will make 67.5. To get 25%, we're going to combine the 5% together with the 20%. Yeah, we'll combine those two, 5 and the 20. That means we have to combine the 22.5 to the 90. 22.5 combined with 90 will give us 0.5 here. The 2 and the 0 will give us 2. And the 2 and the 9 will give us 11. And finally, the 75%. 75% we can get from combining 25% and 50%, which is combining the 112.5 together with the 225. This will give us 5, a decimal, a 7, a 3, and a 3.